New question, member from Windsor West.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. For over a year, this Liberal government has failed to reach new collective agreements with thousands of teachers and education workers across Ontario. And now, the Liberals have failed again by allowing talks to collapse with elementary teachers. Real negotiating means being at the table. It means working in a genuine and meaningful way to reach a deal. It doesn't mean that a government tries to impose deals, and it doesn't mean that a government walks away from bargaining. Will the Premier instruct her Minister of Education to get back to the table and get back to meaningful negotiations before the end of today?
Thank you.
Education.
Minister of Education.
Yes, thank you very much. So let me tell you what's been going on over the last year. In fact, over the last year, we've spent well over 1,000 hours negotiating with OECTA, the Ontario English Catholic Teachers, and we have a tentative agreement. We've spent well over 1,000 hours negotiating with OSSTF, and we have a tentative agreement as a result of those negotiations. So I totally reject the notion that we haven't been negotiating. We have been negotiating, and we have got tentative agreements. We also will be resuming our negotiations tomorrow with our Francophone teachers. We've spent hundreds of hours with our Francophone teachers. We have been working with anybody who wanted to come to the table to make sure that we have agreement.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to note that the Education Minister has also neglected 55,000 education workers with CUPE this last year. Parents and students are frustrated and disappointed with the Premier. For over a year, this Liberal government has failed to reach new agreements that protect the quality of our children's education and respect all of our teachers and education workers. The only way to reach those agreements is to show leadership, get back to the bargaining table, and negotiate in a genuine and meaningful way. Why won't the Premier do the right thing, restart negotiations, and send her minister back to the bargaining table today?
Thank you. Minister.
Thank you very much. And I do want to note that we do value our relationship with our education workers. We, in fact, have been actively negotiating with CUPE, which represents a number of the education workers. We continue to negotiate with CUPE. They've been we've had a lot of hours, a lot of days with CUPE over the last several weeks. So we are actively negotiating with our education workers. But we are concerned that in the case of the elementary teachers in the English public system, that they did leave the table last May 11th. They have come back recently. They came back September the 1st. And when we had a chance to talk to them, we wanted to expedite the process to make sure we protect our students' education. And we did offer them a settlement similar.
Thank you.